This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, myself Ravinder. I am working as a SQL DBA for more than 18 years. I am working on Azure SQL DBA for more than close to 9 years now. I am working on MongoDB, Postgres, MySQL, MariaDB as well. So I do train on other Postgres as well along with this currently. I'm going to start MySQL, MariaDB in the near soon. But anyway, I'm going to start the Azure SQL DBA training on 16th of August this month, and timings will be between 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. And this is a 35 days course. In fact, every class will be recorded, and it will be given with the viewable permission for lifetime. Even you miss any class, you can recover from the class, from the videos. In fact, so it's not like what is what I'm going to cover in the class. I'm going to share all my experience that I went through in my career. It's going to be end to end, right from the scratch. There is no prerequisite. The only prerequisite is you should be from SQL DBA background to take this course. I'm also going to start MongoDB training on the 30th of August. The timings would be 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. I'm starting the evening batch after a long time, especially MongoDB in the evening. So this also roughly 35 days course. It will be a little bit longer, maybe 38 days. It goes up to. So this also divided into both the courses divided into, like I simplified the course into sequential order where anybody can understand the way I am going to lecture in the classes. I'm going to post some demo videos. You can view below the description. If you like it, you can join. I would guarantee definitely that I am going to cover all real-time situation that I went through, and it will definitely help you to clear into your interview, and also it will help you to pursue your career on this technology once you get the job. It's not just cracking an interview right after the onboarding to the work. Then you can easily work after my classes, because I'm going to compare all my classes with the real time and with all the examples. So this Azure module is divided into 10 modules. In fact, in first module, it's going to be what is Azure, why the cloud is so important, what is the reasons, what are the reasons people are really adopting to the cloud, the benefits of cloud, types of cloud. So everything will be covered in the first module. And the second module, we're going to cover about the free account. How do you create free account? How do you use free account with a minimal bill, 200 to 300? You practice entire month, but still, how you manage 2 to 300, maximum 400? I'm going to give you all the tips. How do you create the account? How do you manage the account? How you clean up your resources once you do your practice? All that will be covered in this module. Implementing, managing the Azure VMs. This entire IaaS model I'm going to cover. How do you create a VM? How you extend a VM? What is the difference between the stop and deallocation? How do you standardize a VM on the cloud for the SQL Server? How do you take the cloud VM backups to the storage account? How the VM is integrated with the networking? How you communicate with the one to other? How you create the machines in different regions and still you can communicate between the VMs. There are a lot many things I'm going to cover to in terms of the product, in terms of the troubleshooting, because the product runs on top of the VM runs on top of the infrastructure. We need to understand the infrastructure well, so that also be covered in detail. Implementing Azure networking. So networking is an important component to have communication between the VMs. So how do you segment a network into subnet into host IPs, and how you what kind of IPs we have in the private network range? So everything will be covered in that module. Implementing the app services. This is something we'll talk about how app services will communicate with the DB servers. Kind of this is not much of focused because it's a application side. And the storage and backup and recovery vault services, that is very important point here. You can how do you create Azure storage account, different types of Azure storage accounts, what is a blob storage account, how do you attach the blob storage account and the SQL, how do you take the backup and clean up the backups in the blob, and Azure vault, how do you restore with a single point of click? You can restore up to the point automatically. So in the VM side, pass model, managed instance, everything, how we integrate the storage to take the backups and restore, all that will be covered in this module. It's about creating the services and integrating and taking the backup, accessing the backup, and migrating the data from on-prem to cloud. Everything goes to the storage. So we're going to talk about all that in detail. And implementing the Azure SQL database, this is the biggest module for us. It is roughly 15 classes I'll run on this module itself. in the entire course, 15 to 16 classes. In fact, it covers everything, like including database creation, purchasing models, migrations, security model. Within the cloud, how do you implement the different technologies that we have? So everything, like whatever we need to know as a DBA in the past model, the entire thing will be covered here. This is the biggest module, roughly 15 to 16 classes. Roughly, it will be 25 hours content will be spent on this module itself. Azure Active Directory will be like how you authenticate with Azure Active Directory accounts. How do you integrate the Azure Active Directory to talk to the SQL Server to have a better security model? So everything will be covered in this. And automations, we're going to talk about 5 different types of automations will be covered in the cloud. How you automated using the Azure PowerShell. We can use Azure Apps services. We can use runbooks automation. We can use SQL agent automation. You can run the automation from in the cloud from the on-prem SQL agent as well. So there are 4 5 types of automations I'm going to cover. This is a very extensive. It is completely a package for the SQL DBA from end to end. What we need to know to manage the Azure infrastructure. It includes infra as well as the product. In fact, products I'll focus more. Infra is also added advantage in this course. So along with MongoDB, this also I divided into 10 modules here. So many people who don't know the Linux basics, I'll cover the entire Linux basics first before I start the product. So first in Linux basics will be covered in detail. Architectures, MongoDB architecture, how MongoDB architecture in the background, how it does the recovery, the server get rebooted, what kind of components are coordinate for your data operations. Everything will be covered. All CRUD operations, like what kind of deployments we do, how do you review the deployments before you do the deployment. I want to cover 3 classes on how do you understand the code first. Anybody can understand. In fact, it is so simple. JSON scripting is so simple. Anybody can understand. Anybody can write. A schema design, how you it is a schemaless product. How you design explicitly your own schema will be discussed in this module. Indexes performance tuning is one of the good module. What how you can improve the performance in the MongoDB. Administration is a big module. It covers the upgradations, management, security. A lot of content will be covered in this module. Backup restore and replication, high availability, monitoring tools. This is like entire package, guys. It's not like what is what I'm going to cover. It's going to cover as a MongoDB what you want to know to operate to work in the real time as a DBA. Everything will be covered. Along with this, you will get the videos viewable for lifetime. You will get the interview questions. You will get the resume. You will get the all the dumps that required for the exam if you are giving it. This will be given with any course. In fact, I do train on the Azure SQL DBA, MongoDB as of now. At the moment, these batches are going to start, but I am training on the Postgres DB actively, one after the other batches. But I'm going to start MySQL MariaDB also soon. I'm working on all these technologies, so all will be started. I started a new program, a referral program. It's a new program actually. If you refer anybody in your circle, you'll get the 1500 points. Who if he joins and pay the fee, you'll get 1500 points. So if you refer 10 people for the batch, you can join one course at free of cost. You don't have to pay. In fact, so even if you refer one person when you join, you get the 10% discount straight away. So because you referred one, if you refer 5 people, 50% discount when you join any of these courses. So that way I will consider it. I'll maintain the data whenever you join. The data will be maintained and the discount will be given. Please let me know if any of your friends are interested for these courses. When I start the courses, I'll give you a message. So if you keep referring, I'll keep tracking your referral details and I'll give you the respective discounts when you join to the course. So please contact me on this number if anyone interested, 916000346. If I'm not responding, please like WhatsApp me so that I'll get back to you at my free time. This is like a very extensive course, guys. It's my guarantee that you would walk away with the best content after the course, and you will be in a position to crack an interview if you follow my classes thoroughly from the beginning to end. That is my guarantee. So please contact me on this number anyway if anyone interested to join this course. It's starting on 30th and 16th on Azure SQL DBA, and 30th MongoDB DBA. If any of your friends are also interested, please refer along with you. Thank you.